Everybody, Daniel White Zero here, back again on our video. This time around it is Starrcade 1994, and unlike 1993, which was phenomenal build-up, phenomenal main event. Like I said, the best main event for WCW in the 90s. Not the whole trilogy with Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair withstanding, though. This time, however, instead of mashing up, the biggest babyface versus the biggest heel at the time, we get the biggest face versus a B-rated heel. What is this? Fucking 1980s WWF? Well, that's basically what this main event is for this show. Now, you still had Vader. You had Earthquake as Avalanche. Yeah, you had a couple other guys. You could have threw in Sting and did a big Hogan versus Sting match. That would have been huge. Maybe they could have did that. Ric Flair was just retired. Maybe you could have brought him back and did another Hogan Flair at Starrcade. Instead, they go with Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Yeah. Brutus the Barber Beefcake, the biggest dick sucker of Hulk Hogan's Chrome buddies of all time, as the Butcher. And he is fighting Hulk Hogan in the main event for the WCW World Heavyweight Belt. That's right, guys. But how is the rest of the show? Well, it's bad. Vader defeats Jim Duggan to capture the United States belt in a decent match, a 6. Alex Wright, check this out, defeats John Paul Levesque. You may recognize that name, Paul Levesque, as that's fucking Triple H. That's right, Triple H was in WCW. Not only was he in WCW, he had a fucking Starrcade match. And it was pretty forgettable. Alex Wright goes over, and the kid at this point was only 18 years old. Alex Wright was only 18 years old at this point. Fucking great stuff, but a mediocre match. I always liked Alex Wright in WCW, but I only give it a 4. Next up, Johnny B. Bad defeats Arn Anderson for the television title. This was forgettable. You might recognize better for Johnny B. Bad as Mark Merrow. So, this was bad. Well, it was, I guess, subpar. A 4. I've seen much better worked Arn Anderson matches. And I've seen much better worked matches with Johnny B. Bad, quite frankly. Then we have them Nasty Boys defeating Harlem Heat via disqualification in the tag team title match. And, 5.5 out of 10. Nothing else to say about it. It was just, it was a beatdown. It was just a, I don't know what to say. It was just there. 5.5. Check this match out. Mr. T, he had another match, defeats Kevin Sullivan in a mind-numbing piece of foot crap match. A 0, but what makes this match even worse is Kevin Sullivan's brother David Sullivan comes out, interferes, attacks Kevin Sullivan, and Mr. T gets the victory. Okay, that's kind of weird. The heel brother beats up another heel brother, and the babyface celebrity wins? Like that? It's fucking weird. A 0. Enough said. Sting defeats Avalanche, or Earthquake, whatever, in a completely forgettable, stupid, watch it once and you'll forget about it match. This is one of the most forgettable Sting matches of all time. A 2 out of 10. It wasn't incredibly bad, but more so, it was just so fucking forgettable. Hulk Hogan defeats the Butcher. Didn't see that one coming. To retain the WCW World Heavyweight Belt. And why is fucking the Barber or the Butcher or Ed Harrison Lacey or fucking the Disciple or whatever the fuck you want to call him in the main event. You had Vader. You could have did Hogan Sting. That would have been fucking cool. Instead, you do. This is the worst Starrcade main event ever. Ever. That's right. This is worse than Hogan versus Sting. Because at least that had star power. At least that had build-up. At least that was great. Or great build-up wise. Great storytelling wise. Not so much ending wise. Or match wise. This is the worst main event for a Starrcade period. Worse than Starrcade 1999's. This was just bad. A 0 out of 10. And I'll catch you next time for whatever Starrcade I decide to review next. Maybe Starrcade 1998. Maybe Starrcade 1990, a very forgettable one. But whatever it may be, I'll catch you next time for another review. See ya.